Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is my garden. Alright y'all, we're just about to do a quick harvest. It's been a week, since the last harvest that I dropped for you guys. I hope y'all watched it. It was an epic harvest. If you did not, I advise that you stop here, go and watch that one first and then watch this after, because I promise you that was an epic harvest. We harvested the watermelon, we harvested so many eggplants. Oh my gosh, we harvested so many eggplant, so many peppers, the spicy peppers. Oh my gosh, I'm still processing them. I'm still taking the seeds out to dry them, that I'm gonna put on the store for you guys. Whew, child, that harvest was epic. So I hope you guys watched it, and if you did, I hope y'all liked it and shared it with everyone, okay? Because whew, that was some hard work. But anyway, today we're just gonna continue the harvesting. We're in harvest season, and yeah, that's what this video is gonna be about today. It's gonna be a quick harvest though. It rained for about 2 days. I wouldn't even call it rain. It kind of like drizzled, but it was definitely cloudy, and it kept, having like that sprinkles going on. So I hadn't been in the garden for the past 2 days. So now I'm just coming out here to see what needs to be harvested. All right. So come along. Let's get this harvesting started, because we need to hurry up and get up out of here. As you can see, it's a little dark, right? Because the sun is going down. So let's take advantage of the time that we have. Alrighty, come along, y'all.
One look and I breathe.
Alrighty, y'all. You already know how we start. We start with our tomatoes. So I'm going to start with the tomatoes that's on the entrance of my garden on this trellis right here. And we're going to put the small ones in here, and then we're going to put the big tomatoes down there in our little harvesting basket. So let's get started. We're not going to do too much talking today because we got to harvest. But how are you guys doing? I hope y'all doing good. Look at these beauties, y'all. Look at these beauties. It rains or there's like some type of drizzle or anything like that, I always like to hurry up and come to the garden to harvest, because the tomatoes, especially the tomatoes, is going to explode if you do not take them off, because there's just so much water they can take, especially if they're already ripe. So I like to hurry up and come and get them so they don't explode, because they're going to start splitting in the middle, and then that attracts a lot of the insects and bugs and animals and things like that. So make sure you guys are harvesting every single time it rains. Make sure you're coming out and checking on your food. Even if it doesn't rain, you want to make sure that you're getting those things off the vine. You guys work too hard to let it go to waste, okay? Come on, we already got some sun golds in here. We got some cherry tomatoes, and we're just about to get the rest off of this trellis right here, and then we're going to go into the garden and get the bigger tomatoes. Y'all saw I got some romas, so I have romas growing on this trellis as well, and the small, like, salad tomatoes, like the yellow pear and all of the things. Okay, so come along, let's finish harvesting so we can go into the garden and get the rest. All right. Alrighty, y'all, we got a ton of small tomatoes. Y'all, look at how much we have in here. So these are all like the salad tomatoes. We have the yellow pear, sun gold, cherry, I mean, all of the stuff, all of the things. But yeah, so we're done with that. We got a little bit more romas and some regular sized tomatoes. So we are about to head into the garden at the other tomato bed and then harvest those, and then we're gonna go get some peppers, because I see a lot of peppers that are red and I'm trying to hurry up and get them off of it, because when they stay on there too long, the bugs come to get them or they go rotten. And hell to the no, because I want all the peppers, okay? All the peppers. That's why I grew so many. All right, come along, y'all. Alrighty, y'all, these are all the tomatoes that we just got from in here, and we have this from the front of the garden. So we are all done with the tomatoes, y'all. Look at all these tomatoes, all of these tomatoes. And go and watch the last video and see how many tomatoes we got, and come and see this one. So I'm just getting tons and tons of tomatoes every single day. It is crazy, y'all. But anyway, now we're done with the tomatoes, and we are standing over here by the okra. So we're about to harvest some of the okras, and then we're gonna go harvest some peppers, because I see some okras that's ready and I need to get it off of here. And one thing about the okras is you don't want it to get too big, because then it's not really edible, and it's pretty much, you should just use it for seeds. Alright, y'all, so these are all the okras I was able to get. Let's hurry up and go get these peppers, because the sun is absolutely going down and the light is actually going away. So let's hurry up and get up out of here. Oh my gosh, I might have to extend this harvest to tomorrow, just in case the sun goes all the way down, because I will not be caught dead out here, okay, in this dark. Absolutely not. All right, y'all, let's come get some peppers.
Wow, this is really great. So I'm really thankful. And if you're in for the members,
Alrighty, y'all, it is actually getting really dark out here, so the sun has completely gone down. So I think I am going to come back tomorrow and finish up this harvest. I'm just super excited that I was able to get all of the tomatoes off of the vines, because it was definitely going to probably all split by tonight after it soaked up all of the water in the ground. So I'm just happy I was able to get all of the tomatoes off of the vines. That was the biggest thing for me. And then, of course, I wanted to get all of the red peppers as well, but I wasn't able to. So it is what it is. So this is going to be a 2-day harvest. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? All right. Good night, y'all. All right, y'all, it is the next day. The sun is out. It is actually early in the morning, so we're about to hurry up and finish harvesting before the sun come up all the way. Actually, the sun is already up, but before the sun shifts into the garden totally. So we want to hurry up and do that, because then it's gonna get really hot and I don't like being hot. Okay, so all right, we're gonna continue getting the peppers, and then we'll go see what else needs to get harvested. All right, come along. Yeah. Do y'all see these poblanos? These are the first poblanos I have harvested this year, and I have about 4 of them. I thought they got bigger, but I don't think they're gonna get any bigger than this, because now you see like those little white stretch marks looking you know, on there. That means that this is the biggest the pepper is going to get. So the next stage it was going to do was start getting red, and I already thought that it was going to start getting red, and I decided to pick it at this color because this is what I see in the store. I have no idea what I should do with these peppers other than adding it to my green pepper stew. So if you guys have like any special recipes, if you guys eat this, let me know. Give me some fun ideas to make with these. I am gonna save the seeds for you guys. I have so many cool seeds for you guys this year to add to my store. I'm super excited. I already started saving the seeds from my harvest. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you prepare your poblano if you eat these peppers. All right, and I don't even know, are they spicy? I guess we're gonna find out. But yes, y'all, see, got like 4 of these, and then these are the luchauer paprika. All right, well, we've gotten all the peppers I can get from over here, or that I want to get from over here. Now I see that, I know we already harvested okra, but today's the next day, and okras literally grow overnight. That's why you want to make sure you harvest them so they don't get too big. So, and I see there's some okras that got really big overnight, so we're about to harvest more okra. Look at these. Let me put this down so I can harvest the rest of them, and then we can continue harvesting our peppers. Alrighty, got some okra. I see some that's definitely gonna be ready by tomorrow, so I will be coming out here tomorrow to harvest the rest of them. But alright, y'all, let's continue our pepper harvest. Alrighty, y'all, I am done with inside of the garden. Now it's time to come outside of the garden and see what we can harvest. I already see some tomatoes. I have some tomatoes that grew inside of my mint grow bag. I have no idea how a tomato seed got in there and it started to grow, and I just allowed it to grow. So now it's just everywhere. So this is my mint bed, my mint grow bag, and this tomato started growing now. I was like, you know what, let me just let it grow and see what kind of tomatoes is growing in there. I didn't even try to do anything special with it, so it just fell over. And now we got some tomatoes coming out of it. How about that? And I definitely want as much tomatoes as I can get, so I didn't mind it. Alrighty, there are some peppers and stuff over here that I need to get, some habaneros, so we're about to get some right now, so come along, y'all. Do y'all see all them peppers that we just got? That is a lot of peppers. And the peppers that we got from the last harvest, I'm not even done processing them. I've been taking out the seeds and stuff, but I haven't done everything I want to do with them. So now I'm about to add this to it, and I have to harvest because you can't let it stay on there. Y'all saw some of the peppers, they were rotten and I had to throw them away. So that's why you got to harvest every single day. Don't let it stay on the vine. Even if you don't know what you're about to do with it yet, you need to harvest, put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer until you figure out what you want to do with it. But we're all done over here with what I want to get. Now we're about to go over there and see if there's anything we can harvest some over there. All right, come along, y'all. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna harvest some of this bitterball, not too many because they're not as big as I want them to get yet, and then I also want them to change colors, like the orangey reddish colors. That's what we're gonna change them to. And then one of you guys asked me in the comments what bitterball is. So bitterball is like part of the eggplant family. It is like super small, or maybe like nightshades. Maybe it's like a nightshade type of plant, but it is really bitter. They're super small. As you can see, like right here, they're not super small like the kittle, but you know, they're pretty small, and they can grow to like this size as well. They're also known as garden eggs. In different cultures, they're known as garden eggs. They're kind of bitter. That's why they're called, in my culture in Liberia, we call it bitterball because they're kind of bitter. And you could cook them in so many ways. I'm not sure how you guys will be able to cook them, but traditionally we cook it in like a stew, which I will cook for you guys. But we'll also eat it in so many different ways, and it has a lot of health properties. Like it has a lot of like beneficial health properties. It's very nutritional. Once you get past the bitter taste, you're good, and I think it's an acquired taste. So if you're not into like bitter tasting foods, you may not like it, but it has a lot of health benefits, so look into it, okay? So that's what bitterball is, and it's actually one of my favorites to eat in my culture. We cook a lot of different foods with it. We eat it in a lot of different ways, so that's what it is. Hopefully that helped a little bit. But yeah, I believe it's in like the nightshades or eggplant family, but it's like super small. I keep saying super small because I'm thinking there's another type of bitterball, but it's called kittle, and it's even tinier than a bitterball. So the bitterball, they're like they can get to a medium size, and then medium size, medium this size, and then the kittle will be like, let me show you guys. The kittle would be like, whoa, that's the bee trying to fight me. Oh my gosh, y'all, the bee was trying to pollinate the flower, and it got mad at me because I moved the plant and it tried to fight me. But yeah, so the kittle would be like this size. So the kittle is like a pea. It would be like a pea size. And then the bitterball can get up to like this size. But these ones, the biggest I've been getting, and I don't know if it's because I'm growing them in a grow bag. So this is the biggest it has been getting, because as you can see, it's changing colors, which means that's the size that it's going to remain. It can get to this size too, which I wish that was the size it was getting to, but now that I know, it requires a lot of space to grow, because look at how big this plant is. This is a really big plant, and I have it growing in a 5-gallon grow bag. So I have it growing in a 5-gallon grow bag. So next year I'm gonna grow it in a 10-gallon grow bag, because it requires more space than what I gave it. So I think next year they're probably gonna get a little bit bigger than this size, because it's gonna have more space. Truthfully, I wish I had like a bigger space for it to grow in, but I'm fine with it. You know, it's producing a lot of it, and I'm happy. I'm just happy that I'm able to grow it, because it's something that's grown in West Africa and parts of Asia. So this is something that's like imported into the United States, and is really expensive in the grocery store. So the fact that I'm able to grow it, and I know I can grow it, I'm so happy about it. So for a lot of you Liberians, Ghanaians, or Asians, or any, you know, one that eat this particular plant, you can grow it too in the US of A, okay? So you don't have to spend all your money in those grocery stores, because they be hiking up the prices in the Asian markets and the African markets, like those international markets. They hike up the price of everything because it's imported here. So they take advantage of that fact, you know. So because of that, I try to grow like a lot of exotic foods that's native to my culture that we eat, and just to, you know, eliminate the cost of it. So I hope that was a little bit of explanation for you that ask about what a bitterball is. But we're gonna harvest some of them that I see that have changed colors, and then we're going to just, you know, go up the line. There are peppers and things like that over here, and there are eggplants in that bed as well. And then we'll go over there to the other pepper garden and see what we can harvest. All right, come along, yeah.
It's old, it makes your nose red and itchy and terrible. These are made out of Irish linen and more difficult. They dry a little bit with
All right, y'all, let's come take a look at some of these eggplants and see if they're ready. Y'all know I have eggplants in this bed. I have a couple of plants. Honestly, I can't even believe that I put this many plants in this really small bed. This bed is a 3x4, and I have like multiple eggplants in here. And if y'all know eggplants, they grow really big. And I have this bitterball plant in here as well that y'all see grow really big as well. I had to take a couple. I had way more in here, and I had to take some of them out, but I still have too much for this bed. And I learned my lesson, because eggplants, things in the eggplant family, they grow super big, and they need a lot of space. So don't do what I did, or you can and get a little bit. Y'all know I be stuffing things everywhere, okay? I just be stuffing things in there because I want to grow everything in the little space that I have. And sometimes it work out and sometimes it don't. In this case, it worked out a little bit, and I could have probably given it more space so it could thrive. But I mean, you know, I still got some harvest from it, so it is what it is. But I see that I have some eggplants coming here, and y'all remember the last harvest? I had such a huge harvest of eggplant. I don't know, I think I got like 6. I think I got like 6 eggplants in the last harvest, which is a lot. But I also got 3 of them from my other garden bed that's inside the garden, where I have 3 eggplants growing, and I got 3 from there. So I think I got 3 from this one as well. I don't think that they're ready. Not that they're not ready. They are ready, but I want them to get bigger. But look at this. This looks so beautiful. I want them to grow a little bigger, and then I'll harvest. But at least I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other one that's over there makes it 5 eggplant. Yep. Y'all, I got 5 eggplants coming in. That is wonderful. I think today's the 19th or the 20th, so that's what we got. 2 weeks till the end of September. I'm crossing fingers that the first 2 weeks of October is gonna be decent weather, so I could get much more. So crossing fingers. But yeah, we're not gonna harvest any eggplants today. We're gonna let it go. But we definitely had a huge harvest, and this Sunday I will be cooking my eggplant, and we'll be going live when I cook it. I'll show you guys how I prepare my eggplant, like in my culture, like how we eat eggplant, and I'll show you guys that recipe. But I'm super excited. Alrighty, y'all, look at my tragic looking watermelon. You know, we harvest that big old watermelon in the last harvest. I hope y'all seen that video. That watermelon was huge. But anyway, let's see what we can get here. I'm gonna harvest this. It's not, you know, as big as the other ones as I would like it to be, but it's cool. All the grow bags that you guys see here, these are all 5-gallon grow bags, and these grow bags, I did not intend to put like 2 peppers. I have like 2 or 3 peppers in each of them, and the reason why they're like that, they're so stuffed, is because I didn't have anywhere else to put all the extra peppers that I grew. I grew over 500 pepper plants this year, and as y'all can see, I have a ton of peppers. So I just didn't want it to go to waste. I already had given a lot of it away. I sold some, and it was just a ton more left. So I just started stuffing them in a remaining grow bag. I still had some grow bag and some soil left, so I was like, why not? I just stuffed as many as I could in each of the grow bags and get whatever I could get from it. I'm happy with it. But all right, y'all, let's just go look and see if any of those peppers have anything on them that's worth harvesting. Look at them little cuties. They're growing. And y'all, this is another eggplant from that 3x4 bed that I showed you guys. I had to remove it out of there because it was just not growing, because I mean, obviously it was just too many in there. So we'll see if we'll get an eggplant out of this, because the plant is still little. But I see a flower right here, so you know what that means. That flower means there's an eggplant coming. Let that continue to get red. I'll let it get a little bigger. All right, y'all, so let me show you guys something. Remember about a month ago, it's like a month and a half ago, I direct sowed some seeds of a zucchini and cucumber, and I just direct sowed them, like, what was it? It was actually the end of, it was like it was the beginning of August. I direct sowed the seeds just to see if I was gonna get any zucchini or cucumber, because y'all know those bugs, the squash bugs, they like just destroy those type of plants. I had a bad experience with them last year, just to see what's gonna happen if I planted them later on in the year. But we still definitely got those Harlequin nasty bugs, and they came and did some destruction. But I have a zucchini growing, and whoop, I have a zucchini growing right here. This is my first zucchini, and I see a ton of flowers. I've been seeing a lot of male flowers, and I haven't seen another female flower yet. But this is my first zucchini, and I don't eat zucchinis like that anyway, but I do like it. And I just wanted to see how it was gonna grow, you know, at the end of the summer. And it looks like it works. So I think next year I will sow the seeds in, I would direct sow the seeds in the beginning of July and see what happens, and then try to protect it. And then y'all, look at this right here. This is the cucumber. Those squash bugs definitely got to it. It have destroyed the plants. I mean, it's not doing well at all. I don't even know what to do with this. But I built this little thing for it, thinking that I was gonna get like a nice, if anything, bush, like flower wall, like a green wall. I thought I was gonna get that, but those squash bugs definitely is not allowing that to happen. I don't see the squash bugs anymore, but it's like, it seems like the plant is kind of destroyed. But I see some, you know, this one here was pollinated. This cucumber here was pollinated, so we'll see what happens. So moving forward, I just know that I am going to try to protect them, cover it with some insect netting for as long as possible, and see what happens next year. And I do love me some cucumbers. I don't eat it all the time, but I definitely would have liked to have some cucumbers. I like cucumbers. It's a great, refreshing veggie. But all right, y'all, so we're done with that side. Done with the garden. Actually, I didn't even look in these grow bags just to make sure that nothing was there. Let's take a look in this grow bag here and see if there's anything to be harvested. Oh, I see a little pepper there, but it's not ready. All right, I think we're good. I don't see, oh, I see some right here. I could get these. It doesn't have to turn red. I guess we're good. These grow bags are also 5-gallon grow bags, and I have like multiple peppers growing in them, so I don't expect it to produce a ton because, you know, pepper plants get really big and they need space. So if you have a 5-gallon grow bag and you want to grow peppers, they can definitely grow in a 5-gallon grow bag, but you want to make sure you're just putting one in there because it needs a lot of space for the roots to grow if you want to have a ton of harvest. Okay, alrighty, let's put this over here and let's go look over here and see what we can get. I'm gonna let this finish turning red. I'm gonna let this get bigger. I'll let that get bigger. Look at this. What a weird looking pepper. Y'all, look at these small, y'all see these? Remember? So all of those containers, they're containers that have flowers in them that I got from the store. And remember I told you guys I just had so much pepper that I needed to get rid of and I didn't want to. So I put them all, wherever I could put a pepper, I put a pepper. And I'm like pleasantly surprised that I'm seeing like a large pepper growing from that plant in that really small flower pot. It's a really small flower pot. I can't believe it's getting to that size. But one of the things I would definitely advise when it comes to growing peppers in containers or in raised beds and things like that, you have to make sure you're fertilizing every 1 to 2 weeks. You want to make sure you're fertilizing them, and then you want to make sure like some of the important nutrients that needs to be in there are like, you know, phosphorus, magnesium, of course nitrogen, but it doesn't need as much nitrogen as it needs phosphorus and magnesium. So you want to make sure that you're fertilizing every 1 to 2 weeks, especially if you're growing it in containers, because remember it's not growing in the ground and you are providing all of the nutrients that it needs. So if you want to get like a good harvest, you know, just make sure you're doing that. And y'all already know my favorite natural fertilizer is like banana water, and the peppers love the banana water. You know, you let your banana, get a bunch of banana peels, let it soak in some water for like a week so that it can extract all of the nutrients from the banana peels into the water, and you water your plants with it, your peppers, your tomatoes, they love it. So I've been doing that as well, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm shocked. I shouldn't be shocked because I am fertilizing. I'm just shocked at the size of the peppers that's coming out of these small containers, because remember, peppers, they need a lot of space for the roots to spread and for you to get like the big, you know, peppers and things like that. They probably won't get bigger than that. If they do, I would really be pleasantly surprised. But I'm happy, you know. It's like my peppers didn't go to waste. I can't believe like they're this size. That is so amazing. And these are not the mini bell peppers. Those are the regular size bell peppers. These ones are the mini bell peppers. And I could just tell because I grow peppers. I could tell which one is the mini and which one is the regular size. And those are definitely the regular size peppers. This is a decent size one. And I'm gonna get that one. Alrighty. So I have 2 stews to cook for you guys, the green pepper stew and then the eggplant stew. I can't wait to cook it for y'all. Alrighty. Let's see. We got whatever we can get from over here. Now we're gonna go over here and see.
Yeah, I have fun. I personally like going over there.
Alrighty, y'all, we are all done. It's time to see all of the things that we got today. Today was a great harvest. I'm truly grateful. Thank you, Jesus, for the harvest. Alrighty, let's come and see what we got. Woo! Look at this, y'all. All right, y'all, we got a lot of stuff today. So we got some bell peppers, and they are so beautiful, y'all. The colors are just so vibrant and beautiful. We got some bell peppers. We got some green bell peppers. We got some Asian peppers. Not Asian peppers, Thai peppers. These are the big Thai peppers. They can definitely get bigger than this. By the way, I just decided to take them out. Y'all, let me show you guys my favorite thing I harvested today, because I haven't harvested it at all this season, and I'm shocked this is all I got. The poblano peppers. Every time I see this in the grocery market, it just looks so beautiful. It's like so shiny. It's like, gosh, so freaking shiny and pretty. We got like 4 of them today, and I'm absolutely gonna save these seeds for you guys. Don't forget to let me know how should I prepare this. Let me know like some good recipes. You know, everything I harvested today is making me feel like I'm gonna make some salsa. You know, it's making me, it's putting me in that salsa mood. But yeah, so we got our poblano, and then we also got some, these are the mini bell peppers. I have a ton of these seeds. They're so sweet. These peppers are like, you can just eat them like that. They're so sweet, and they have a ton of seeds in them. Oh my goodness. And I have a lot of these seeds for y'all. So, oh my gosh, y'all, when I hit 10K subscribers, I'm totally doing a giveaway of all my subscribers, and I will be giving like a whole bunch of the seeds that's in my garden to my subscribers. I don't know how many people I'll pick to win, but the grand prize will be one person will get all of the seeds that I have in my store. So I'm super excited. Cannot wait to do that. That's gonna be so fun, amongst other things, but we'll see when we get there. All right, so we got some red bell peppers as well. Oh, these are the big Thai peppers. When they turn red also, so they're not only green, they turn red. Oh yes, the bitterball. We got some bitterballs. We got a bunch of these for sure. I cannot wait. I'm gonna actually boil them and then put it in the freezer and freeze them. I'm just gonna keep collecting them, as many as I can. We have some of the spicy Thai pepper. The big Thai pepper, they're spicy, but they're not as spicy as this. This one is actually, it's very spicy. It looks like cayenne pepper. This could be cayenne pepper, honestly. It really looks like it, but the lady that I got the plant from, she said these are Thai peppers. So these are the spicy Thai peppers. Oh my gosh, somebody asked me in the comments, how do I prepare my Thai peppers? If you're talking about these, so my plan with all of the super spicy peppers that I have, that includes this, I'm going to make a pepper sauce. So the reason why I grew a ton of peppers this year is because I want to make pepper sauce that I'm going to offer to you guys on my Etsy store. It's going to be a Liberian pepper sauce. If you don't know what Liberian pepper sauce is, it's made with a bunch of different types of spicy hot peppers, onions, garlic, ginger. Sometimes you could add some like dried fish in there and dried shrimp, and just a whole bunch of like really delicious. As I'm talking about it, my mouth is watering, y'all. Greedy. But yeah, so my plan is to make the Liberian pepper sauce. So what you do is you fry the pepper in like some oil, some vegetable oil, with all of the other things that I just mentioned, and you season it very well. And then what you do is, like, the way you store it is in like a glass jar, and with a lot of oil on top. The oil is what's going to preserve the pepper, and literally it can last for like a year or longer, as long as the top of the pepper has oil on it, because that's how you preserve it, or that's the natural way that we preserve it. So that's my plan with all of these peppers. Other than that, I also cook it in my food. So you guys see when I make my stews and whatever, even when I'm baking fish or baking any kind of meats, I blend it with ginger, garlic, onions, and herbs and things like that, and I add it like in. I'm Liberian, so I eat a lot of, me and my family, we eat a lot of spicy food. So this, we use it to spice up our food. In anything that we're cooking, we'll put like 1 or 2 in there, and, you know, blend it with all of the herbs and ingredients that we have, and just to spice up our food. So I make it in different ways. Another way is like, you know, if I do have a ton of these, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a ton of them because I haven't gotten a ton yet, I am going to roast it and make like cayenne pepper, you know, the pepper powder. So I'm gonna roast it, dry it, and blend it like very fine and make cayenne pepper spice. And then what I do with that is I use it to season my food. If I'm seasoning chicken or anything that I'm cooking, I use it to season my food. So there's just endless things that I'm gonna do with this pepper, or that I want to do with this pepper, than I have. So I wish I had much more of this, because one of the main things I definitely want to do is to make that dried cayenne pepper spice that I'm telling you guys about. I use it to just spice up my food, you know, with it and things like that. So for you, like, I'm like thinking about some of the comments, and I'm so glad I remember that. But that's one of the main ways that I am going to use this pepper. There's just there are endless ways. You can Google, you know, what to do with it if you have a lot of it. I know some people make hot sauce. I'm not big into hot sauce. My hot sauce is the Liberian pepper sauce, but that is not pureed. It's actually chopped in like a food processor and then fried. So, and then you could add it to anything, any meats, anything you're eating that you want to add a little bit of spice to or flavor to. That's what you use the Liberian pepper sauce for, and that's what I'm going to create and have that on the store for you guys. By the grace of God, by spring next year, I will be offering that to you guys, and it's all going to be made with the peppers from my garden. So my plan with all of these peppers, I'm going to take out all of the seeds, dry them, and put them on the store for you guys, and then I'm going to freeze it. And when it's time for me to make the pepper sauce, I'm going to freeze the peppers after I take the seeds out. When it's time for me to make the pepper sauce, I'll defrost peppers and then, you know, prep it. And when I'm making that, maybe I will do a video showing you guys how I make the Liberian pepper sauce. It's so simple, y'all. But yeah, that's the plan. I hope that helped for the person that asked me that question. Also, y'all, I've never used lemon drop peppers, but I'm definitely going to add it to my pepper sauce as well. And I can't wait to see what that tastes like. And I'm also thinking that I'm going to create like a separate pepper sauce where it's only the lemon drop peppers, since this is my first time using it, and just see what that tastes like. I cannot wait. I'm sure, oh, it's going to taste so good on some fish, like baked fish and stuff like that. It's going to be so delicious. So yes, we have a ton of these. I have a million of these lemon drop peppers, y'all. A million of them. Got the luchauer paprika. This is the luchauer paprika, and my plan is to also make paprika, dry it, dehydrate it, and make some paprika. I need to get a new dehydrator. I don't like the one I have. The one I want is like super expensive, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should create like an Amazon wish list and put it on there. If you guys want to gift me with a dehydrator, I really need a dehydrator and a food vacuum sealer. My birthday's coming up, y'all. If y'all want to bless me, I have a ton of habaneros. Y'all see, I have a ton of these habaneros, the orange ones and the red ones. And then I also have a ton of Scotch bonnet peppers. A ton of Scotch bonnet peppers. A ton of them. And then these are serrano. Got a ton of these serranos. So my plan with like all the green peppers that you guys see, I'm gonna make my green pepper stew that I've been telling you guys about. So that's my plan with them. And then also blend in other stuff to season. Even when you cook, like, remember we made the pepper soup on live the other day, you could use, those are some of the things that I use. And as far as like processing, like the bell peppers and stuff like that, that's another thing that I really need is like a food processor. I'm going to chop them in a food processor and put them in like the vacuum sealed bag and put them in a freezer, and whenever I need to use it, pull it out and use it. So that's the plan. And then also we have some okra. I'm also going to do the same thing with the okra. I'm going to chop them up in a food processor, vacuum seal them, and put them in the freezer, because I love me some okra, some fried okra, some boiled okra, some any kind of okra. The only thing I don't do with okra is eat it raw, because that's disgusting. Y'all that eat okra raw, I can't believe it. I don't even know how y'all could stand it. All right, no judgments, because I know some people really do eat okra raw, and it's probably healthier for you to eat it raw than cook it. But man, have y'all ever had that delicious palm oil, red oil okra sauce? I'll make it for y'all. Oh, we got jalapenos, y'all. Look, we got jalapenos. Look at how big this jalapeno is. We got some jalapeno, and same thing I'm gonna do with the rest of the peppers. I'm gonna add the jalapeno to it. We got some jalapenos. We got a bunch. We got a ton of stuff today, and I'm looking at this like this is an amazing harvest, but my God, I have to process all this stuff, y'all. Ooh, child. And remember, y'all, wear gloves. Wear gloves when you're dealing with pepper, especially the spicy ones. Otherwise, you will regret the day your mother born you. Because I'm telling y'all, this thing will burn your fingers for days if you don't wear gloves. I'm not kidding. You learn from my lesson, okay? Learn from my mistakes, okay? I prefer to learn from other people's mistakes instead of making my own. So take it from me, when you're dealing with spicy peppers, especially if you're a new gardener, wear gloves. But that's about it, y'all. That's it. And then also we got some tomatoes. Here you go, some beautiful tomatoes. We have these tomatoes, and then I also, these are like regular size tomatoes. I can't really think about all the tomatoes, Roma, that we have in here. You know, we have a bunch of tomatoes in here. But then I also forgot, remember this is the second day of harvesting because I started harvesting late yesterday and the sun went down. So I took, if y'all remember in the beginning of this video, the jar of small salad tomatoes. They're actually in my refrigerator right now. So that's why I did not out here. I forgot to bring it out here to show you guys the grand harvest. But if you guys can remember, we harvested those as well, and it has some yellow pears, some sun gold. The sun gold, so delicious. That's why I'm like, I think I'm gonna make some salsa. You know what, Monday the Ravens are playing, so you know I should do something a little special for my husband and make him some good old guacamole and some salsa with some chips so he can watch his game, and for the kids too, they love it. So I think that's, I'm gonna do that with the smaller tomatoes. And then these, y'all know how I process these. I'll show you guys on my YouTube shorts how I process these tomatoes. I am actually gonna wash them. I am going to put them in the oven, put some Italian seasonings. I'm going to grill it with some onions, garlic, and ginger, and then I'm gonna blend it very well, very fine, and then put it in the freezer for whenever I need to make tomato stew, jollof rice, anything that requires a tomato base or some tomatoes added to it. So that's the plan. And I put it in the oven, I let it bake and cook very well, and then I blend all of those ingredients. Sometimes if I want to make like a pasta sauce, I might throw in some basil in there and then make pasta sauce. So I make like the pasta sauce, and then I make the regular tomato based sauces that I use for my jollof rice, tomato stews, or any other stew that requires some type of tomatoes. So that's the plan. But alrighty, y'all, we are all done. Thank you guys so much for being on here with me. I hope y'all enjoyed the harvest today. It was very fun. We got a lot of great things that requires a lot of work, but we're grateful to God because this is a blessing to be able to grow your own food. And if you guys remember in the beginning of February when we started our seeds, we started our pepper seeds, I mean, this is the result of all that hard work, okay? All the days of, you wouldn't even believe, like I seen some of y'all comments saying, you wouldn't believe that a tree fell in my garden from how bountiful it is right now. So yeah, a whole tree fell in my entire garden after I had transplanted all of my stuff. And isn't God amazing? I mean, come on, like this is a testimony, you know, the devil tried, but Jesus said, nah. Not me trying to be a pastor, but anyway, yeah, so I'm truly grateful to you all. Thank you guys to all of the new subscribers. Welcome to this channel. I think you're gonna love it here. We do a lot of gardening. We have a lot of garden chats. I also will share, you know, some of my cultural recipes with the food that we eat in my culture. All of the food that I grow is food that I cook in my home. So I grow to eat. I don't just grow because it's easy or it's pretty or anything like that. The food that I grow here, I try my best to grow as much as I can to last at least a year until the following grow season. So that is my goal on the channel, and if those are the things that you like, welcome. I also am a business owner. I have a small business. I create my own body butters. You guys probably see a lot of the links below where you will see my products. Martha Lorraine is a natural skincare company that I started some years ago, and you know, it's still small, and I'm trying to, you know, get it to the next levels. Yeah, I create natural skincare products. I teach people how to garden. We have fun on this channel. So if you like all of those things, welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy being here. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. And I would really appreciate if you guys could share my videos. The more eyes that I get on it, the more I'm able to do this. I would like to do this full time. I started gardening because, you know, I was low-key depressed, and this was like a sense of escape for me, and it has been an amazing escape. I really enjoy what I do, so I would love to make this something that I do full-time, you know, just sharing my journey and also bringing you along the way, teaching you how to grow your own food in your own small space. And my garden definitely started with a very small space, and I grew a ton of food, and just seeing it, you know, grow beyond that, I can't wait to see where this takes me. I have a lot of things that I love, so I'm on all of the platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and they are all the same name. So yeah, follow your girl in all of the spaces, and let's grow together. And of course, I'm here to encourage you to sow something and grow something. And don't forget, join our Facebook garden group on Facebook. Sow something. Is it sow something, grow something? Everything we're talking about right now, all the links are in the description of this video. I also have an Amazon store where I show you all of the things that I use in my garden. I purchased a lot of them from Amazon, and I have a store for you guys, especially if you're a beginner, you don't know where to start. I will create like that beginner storefront for you guys to, you know, see where to start with what you want to get. And then of course, you already know I talked about it this whole video about me saving the seeds. I do have an Etsy store where I sell the seeds that I harvested from my garden, and you could go in there if you would like to buy some seeds and support me in that way. So I have a lot of things going on, and of course I have a Vigo Garden discount code if you love the Vigo Garden products. I love their raised beds, and I plan on turning my garden into a Vigo Garden. So if you would like to purchase any of their products, I have a discount code for you in the description, and please do me a favor and use my link because it is an affiliate link. And y'all, I love that raised bed. It grew my cantaloupe, and it grew millions. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but y'all saw that amount of cantaloupes I've harvested so far from that bed. But that's about it, y'all. I feel like I could finally sit down and relax. It's early in the morning. I really don't have the time to do what I'm doing right now, so I'm about to end this video and go water my garden because today's going to be in the late 80s and it's going to be super hot. So definitely water your garden early in the morning or in the evening when the sun has gone down, so that your plants can soak up all of the water that it needs. Okay, all right, y'all, it was really fun talking with you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and definitely join the live on Sunday. We will be cooking. I said we were going to be cooking eggplant, but we might be cooking a fried pepper. It depends on which one I prep first, but between the eggplant and the fried green pepper stew, that's what we'll be making on Sunday, and I cannot wait to catch up with you guys. All right, alrighty, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. And remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Happy gardening. Oh yeah, I like to sing too. You know, when I was a kid, I thought I was gonna be a singer, but you know how life goes. So now y'all have to watch me sing and live out my dreams. All right, y'all, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. Bye, y'all. Happy gardening. Remember, y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye, y'all. Happy gardening. Your luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances. Your new bestie.